Hey everybody, I am Mr. Zombario coming at you here with another episode of Pokemon Emerald, Zombie Solo. I know you guys think I'd forgotten about this. Well, I almost have, because I have not done one in forever, because I have not been at my computer in forever and been in a position to record. All the Emerald videos that I've been posting lately have been pre-recorded from a while back. But, anyways, I'm back now, mainly because I really wanted to talk about my trip, but I don't feel like I have the energy to play and record and talk and record and talk. Shutting up now. God, so stupid. Anyways, I didn't think I had the energy to record another episode because I just posted one tonight. But, anyways, yeah, I just got back in from a trip from Florida. We went down there for like 4 days. I went with one of my friends that I've known for a long time. Him and his family went down there, so we decided to tag along. It was so much fun. Like, the first day we got in there, we went to the beach. No, we didn't. No, that was the next day. We went to the outlet malls. I got a new watch and some clothes, and I sound like such a girl, but they were really good deals. Like, it was American Eagle stuff, and that stuff is so awesome. But, oh, shoot, what? Yeah, and then, after that, the next day, we hung out with them for a while at the beach for like 2 hours. I got some summer reading done, which, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but if you're like me, you absolutely despise it. Especially because they give us totally boring books. And, like, no one, who wants to read that kind of stuff? I mean, the thing I'm reading right now is about a meat processing plant. It's called The Jungle. It is, like, one of the most boring books I've ever read. And the one I have to read after that is called The History of Women in America. And not dissing women or anything, but that sounds extremely boring. I mean, A History of Men in America sounds extremely boring. So, I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do about that. Because it has to be done in 2 weeks, because that's when I start band. And then I have a third one that's by C.S. Lewis, and I have to read that and write a paper on it, and it's going to be so awful. So basically my next 2 weeks are basically reading. And one day I'm going to hang out and record some stuff with Mr. Bin Cow over there. But, yeah, and anyways, back to my trip to Florida. So I got some reading done, but that day we went deep sea fishing. And if you guys have never done that before, that is so much fun. Like, I mean, seriously, we went out on this boat, and it's like, we went out there for 4 hours. We were there from like 3 to 7, and we went out into the middle of the ocean, like, you could not see land. And, we all just cast our rod and stuff, and we were handling, like, frozen, what was it, frozen, shoot, what were they, the little, oh, shoot. Like anchovy type things, but they weren't anchovies, but they were really small fish. But anyways, we were handling them and squid, and like we got to bait our own stuff and like drop it down, and it was a lot of fun. I actually caught a rather big fish. It was a lane snapper. I'll try and find a picture of it and flash it up on the screen right now. But and then my friend's brother, he caught a like 7 or 8 pound red snapper. The thing was gigantic. And if something interesting is going on with the gameplay right now, I don't even know. I'm not even watching it. But you are. So, as you can see, I have Speed Cola here. I don't know if I trade that out for Flopper this round, but I do that eventually. Anyways, back onto Florida. Like he caught a 7-pound snapper, red snapper, and I swear, we had it for dinner the next night, and I swear that is the best tasting fish I've ever had, because, like, it was so freaking fresh, and, oh my gosh, it was so amazing, just totally amazing, and, like, my friend's mom cooked it in, like, toasted almonds and stuff, and she, like, cooked it up in a little saucepan, because they were at a condo, so they didn't have, like, a grill or anything. Otherwise, we would have grilled it, and that would have been totally and absolutely amazing. Even more amazing. But it was still delicious the way it was. And I'm not complaining at all, because it was the best fish I ever had. Then we watched the 4th of July fireworks. No. Wait, I skipped a day. Okay, so the day after that, we basically hung out at the beach the entire day. We saw a guy trying to fly fish at the ocean, and it was pretty fun. We boogie boarded a little bit. My friend brought like 3 or 4 of them, so we all had them. Even our parents were getting out there, and man, that was freaky. But let's see, do it. Yeah, I believe I do. Swap it out for flop or whatever. But anyways, like, our parents were out there, and it was a lot of fun. And we basically stayed out there the entire day, and I did not get totally roasted like I normally do, like sunburned, not, you know, drug roasted, but I normally get so sunburned. Like, if you know me in real life, you know how sunburned I get, and I did not get sunburned. Thank God for SPF 50. I mean, I got a little layer over my legs because I didn't put sunburn on my legs, or sunscreen on my legs. But compared to what I would get if I didn't put sunscreen on the rest of my body, like, it was crazy. Because I have really hairy legs, so that kind of protects me a little bit, so I just didn't bother to put sunscreen on. So, I mean, it hurts a little bit, but not bad. Not like skin cancer bad, which is the way it normally is. But, and also I got a lot of reading done then and on the ride home. And I actually, I started working on a montage, like, with just some of the footage that I had, over, like, just on my hard drive. Like, I used this footage and the rest of this game, and I was attempting to make a montage. And since I had about an hour of footage to sift through, it didn't really go that well. Oh, check this out, this is sweet. I get, like, 10,000 points for that, like, with the double points and the insta-kill. That was awesome, and I started knifing. Just a note on that, a little side note, so I can actually talk about the gameplay a little bit. Don't totally go on a knifing spree when you have insta-kill, because it'll really get you into trouble if you have a group of zombies. But anyways, now that my ADD is done, like, I got a lot read with my book and a lot of stuff like that, and so you got a nice tan, which was always good. And then that night we watched The Blind Side, which that is an amazing movie. It's basically about this football player who his name was Michael Orr, but he was picked up off the streets by this family in Memphis because he was a homeless guy because his mom was a crackhead. But he was a really nice guy and really protective, and he was actually somewhat smart, and he was gigantic. So they put him in a private school, and he played football for him. And it's a really inspiring movie, you know, because he goes on to play in the NFL, and it's just like, they go on to say, like, yeah, this kid was found dead in the Hurt Village, which is where he was from. This kid was found dead, and it's like, well, that could have been him, but why was it that he got the second chance and not him? It was really inspiring to show that you could get out of those circumstances, no matter what they were, and actually make a name for yourself. And it was a really good movie, because at the end they actually showed footage of the real Michael Orr, because it was a true story. And it was so awesome, like him getting drafted by the Ravens. And I don't know how this mic is gonna sound if it gets shifty. Okay, I don't trade it out for flopper, because I'm moving it around a little bit. But yeah, and then we had the red snapper, and then we went out on the beach and we watched the fireworks, and that was awesome. Like, they were playing them off the pier, and yeah, so freaking awesome, because like, just being out there, the beach at night already is freaking amazing, but the beach at night watching fireworks is even more amazing, like with your best friends, and it's so much fun. But it was kind of funny because I'm kind of glad I didn't go into the water, because like, I would have probably got eaten by a shark. Random pause there. Okay, good. That doesn't go along that long. That doesn't go along that long. Okay. Good speaking, Tyler. That doesn't go on that long. And anyways, back to the story. Like, they come right up to the break of the water, because they need the warm water. They need the warm water to live, And so, like, if you go out there too far, you literally could get eaten by sharks. Granted, they're more afraid of you than you are of them. I mean, unless you come with bait in your pocket, like some stupid fly fisherman did. They waded into the water about waist deep, and they had bait in their pocket, and the shark came and chomped their leg off. Unless you have bait in your pocket, you're pretty much good. They'll keep their distance unless you actively provoke them. But, God, I have a cold, too. I think it's from traveling so much. Nothing I can do about that, though, except get better by band camp. Yeah. But, also, I screwed up something on my back. Like, basically, I drove 8 hours, or 16 hours in 2 days. Like, I drove 8 hours back from my grandparents, and the next day we drove 8 hours to Destin. So, I mean, I had been sitting in a car and cramped because we have a really small car and I'm really tall. And I don't know what happened, but it was starting to screw with my back a little bit. And, like, for a while I just could not bend down, and it's a lot better now, but I don't know, I don't know what happened with it, but something did. And, but luckily it's feeling better now. I think a couple of visits to the hot tub helped. That always helped me. I remember there was one time in way back in my childhood when something happened and I could not like move my legs, like they were stiff as a board, like for some reason, and I had to crawl around an entire weekend. And like literally, I had to crawl up and down the stairs, and eventually what happened was I took a hot bath and it just like relaxed it. It's like my legs were frozen and the hot water melted it and I could move my legs again. So the entire weekend I just had to take a hot bath. Like I had taken baths, I guess. I don't know. This was back when I was 5, so heck, I might not have. 'Cause I just lied. I was in bed the entire weekend. And not in the good way. But I'm joking. But, we were, like, I don't, what? Okay, random space out. Anyways, like, they were all trying to find a way to get me better, because I was staying at my friend's house, too. Like, it was the weirdest thing. I was staying at my friend's house, because my parents were going out for the weekend. I think it was their anniversary. But I was staying at one of my friend's house, our next-door neighbor, and, like, they were all, like, trying to find what was wrong. I was just like, just let it go, it'll pass. But that's actually happened twice. One morning, like, a little ways after that, like, I woke up and the same thing happened, and I did the same thing. I took a hot bath and it was gone within like an hour. So, luckily I learned my lesson there, and it's never really happened again. I don't know why it happened or what happened with it, but I know what to do when it happens, I guess. But speaking of stories from my childhood, I remember one time, this friend, he moved away a while back, but we had a lot of tornadoes, and we still do here in Tennessee. Like, you wouldn't think we would have tornadoes at all, but we actually kind of do. Like, this was back when I lived here in 3rd, 2nd grade. Oh shoot, we're about to run out of video. I guess I can't tell that story. Anyways, if you like this random video, comment, rate, subscribe. I'm sorry for the random topics, but I wanted to vlog a little bit, and this is already footage. Alright, see you guys. Bye.